everybody, how's it going? I'm Kyle from Evil Bubble, and we're here again at Lionsville Music Shop up in the studio. Brian, the owner of the shop, was kind enough to let us do this, and we just wanted to make sure that we mentioned that we're at Lionsville in Hornell. So stop down here, come use the studio, buy some guitars and all that. Today we're here for our first interview with Trevor from Makira, Evil Bubble artist, a brand new artist. So how's it going, Trevor?
Oh, it's good, it's good.
Good.
Just chilling, you know, digging the moon vibes. Digging, you guys can't see it, but there's a sun over there.
Wow, that's a nice duality, and that kind of factors into our conversation today, I think, knowing what I know about the project so far. So just to jump right into it, what is Makira, Trev?
Well, it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know, it's mostly a musical thing. Sometimes I like to doodle and just do art and poetry and just test the waters out, you know.
So it's a multifaceted project where you basically want to just be able to create any kind of art imaginable.
Yeah, and share art and promote other people and do that kind of a thing.
So there's a social aspect as
well.
well.
Yeah, it's a networking thing.
It's a networking thing and a band, basically.
Like, it's just a avenue to make stuff happen, projects, this or that. It could be board games, it could be whatever.
Interesting. All right, well, what made you want to start this project?
Well, you know, there's like a trend in the music industry to like have your own solo brand and that kind of a thing. So I took it upon myself to 2 years ago kind of solidify maybe what mine was and find ways of saying what's on my mind and that kind of thing, but do it through music first. And
right.
Then, like, obviously with the pandemic and all that, it's like, maybe music is tougher, but it's still possible. You can still collaborate, you can still reach out. And
through the power of the internet.
Power of the internet, that's key, yep, very key.
So the internet is a big component in this project thus far?
Yes.
Okay.
It is the lifeblood.
All right. Well, to back it up a little bit, what got you interested in music just in early life and adolescence growing up?
It's the soul thing. Like, it's a very spiritual thing. My parents were very musical. They'd go to like shows and concerts, and like that was a strong thing for them. They always played like a lot of classic rock, a lot of Led Zeppelin, a lot of this, a lot of that, a lot of Who's, what have yous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it was just a familial thing. You had a strong familial background with music.
Yeah.
All right. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit of your band history, if you'd like, growing up, all the different bands you played in.
Well,
Or some of them, at
okay.
least.
Yeah, that's an easy one. That's easy. 6th grade. First band was Brain Deficient.
Mm.
Kind of on the nose with that one, you know. Brain Deficient. Whoa.
Yeah.
Gotta use your brain.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was like a punk rock thing. Like, we did Green Day songs. Played 2 of them at like the graduation party for 6th graders.
Just skater kids playing skater kid music in 6th grade, basically.
Yeah.
So what came after that?
Ooh, what came after that? Well, there's like a little Forget the Days project. It was like a little pop punk, a little this, a little that again, but mostly pop punk. You know, in my room.
Yeah.
Sweaty punks.
Right, that was a
music.
2-man band, right? Or 3-man
It was
band.
a 4-piece, and then we couldn't get a bassist.
Uh,
So I was like, oh, let's just do a 3-piece. You know?
those are classic teenage musician problems, by the way.
So we had drums, we had vocals, and I played guitar.
Yeah.
And they came up with the riffs.
And what came after that?
What came after that?
Yeah.
Most likely Artificial Life, which very much hardcore punk rock.
Yes.
Some ska, like not much. I mean, we did Operation Ivy.
Yeah, the
cover.
specials. It was interesting
Specials.
because that's kind of how we became friends. We were both in Artificial Life in high school.
Yeah.
Anybody that went to Hornell High School around our time and like followed like the rock bands or whatever that were popping up in the school should probably remember that. But then we went along and we did a thing called Hammerhead for a while.
Yeah, Hammerhead. Yeah.
That was a little bit more hardcore.
Very much more hardcore, more thrashy. And then around the same time, I was doing Zoma,
Mm-hmm.
which was with like Max Wilkins and Jake
Mhm.
McAvoy, and
Mhm.
that was like the first foray into like psychedelic.
Yes, that's the
and
spark for pretty much what you're doing
instrumental
today,
stuff.
almost, you
Yeah.
could say.
Yeah.
And that's on the Makira YouTube channel, which we'd like to plug as well, obviously. You just, just channel search on YouTube, Makira, and you can find that. You can find Zoma playing at one of the high school Battle of the Bands, and you can actually check out one of Zoma's songs to kind of hear the the genesis of like the instrumental sound that some of us have been chasing after for years now. So,
yeah.
so after that, what happened?
After that, well, you know, I was asked to be in a thrash metal band called Toxic Death with
Mhm.
Jared and Quentin and
Mhm.
all these other cats. I was like, okay. Didn't really listen to thrash, so I started to, got into like the big four to see what it was like.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, that's
Yeah.
cool. I
Very
get
good.
it. I dig it. Yeah.
Spent a while doing that.
A couple months, yeah. Like,
Mhm.
helped that get off to play Battle of the Bands. Essentially, was like the idea.
Mhm.
We're gonna make this band just to do Battle of the Bands. It's like the last hurrah, senior year.
Yeah.
Dig it.
So then high school ended. What happened after that musically?
Oh, hiatus. Took a little break. Went to college. Did the college thing. Everyone at college was like, "Dude, what are you doing? You're like an artist type.
Mhm.
Like, maybe you should think about that."
So fish out of water a little bit almost.
Yeah, fish out of water for sure.
Just for context, where did you go to college and what were you studying?
I was at like Rochester RIT for a bit, doing biomed engineering.
Uh-huh.
Kind of switched out to like a chemistry focus.
Uh-huh.
Because I was like, organic chemistry is important, I think.
Yeah.
Like, we should learn about that.
Right.
So.
So you decided inevitably that you didn't want to pursue that. You wanted to work more in art and music. So what happened then?
Well, I was kind of in Rochester in a way to have bands also on top of college.
Right, so you
I
wanted to
tried
try something you
that,
always wanted
yeah.
to carry on,
Yeah.
the music.
There's like a few recordings, like I don't know where. Maybe I can find them, maybe I can't, who knows?
Yeah.
Regardless, that didn't take off. Just like a few practices, a few songs, demo stuff. I remember coming back to Hornell like on the weekends and stuff like that, and like jamming with the Cosmic House Band and doing
Mhm.
that. And I was like, oh, this is where I should be.
Mm.
So then I was like, okay, I'm moving home. Told everybody, moved home. Very soon after that, I feel like the March, spring, February stuff was kicking in, and I was like, Street Cat, you gotta talk to this guy, Quentin.
Yeah.
Brilliant guitar player, played with him. He's great, he knows the licks. Let's do some jamming.
Quentin is manning the camera today. Shout out to Quentin. Continue.
So we did that. We all met at Illusions. It was like this little illusion of illumination.
Yeah.
Just like, oh.
I remember that place. It's cooler now.
It was a metal show. It was just like a local metal show we were digging.
Yeah. And Quentin was a metalhead at the time,
Yeah.
so
I think Night Terror was probably the band.
yes, that was Jared from Artificial Life and
Yeah.
a couple of our other bands over the years.
Yeah. So we did that, and then like we practiced for like 6 days, wrote like some songs, and like played a show
Yes.
at Alex's bar.
Yes.
A lot of cool stuff went down. If you want to hear about that later, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Yeah.
Too
that's
much of
good.
a story. You can.
So basically, you've been doing that, and then
Yeah.
fast forward to now. That's been going on for a while. Had some other adventures. Now
The
you've got
Hummingbirds,
the
yeah.
Hummingbirds were in play, the Mystic Twangers,
Mystic Twangers,
which is
yep.
still a thing,
Still going, yep.
and so all of that happened.
Still twanging.
But then you decided that you wanted to pursue this solo project, which is Makira, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Big.
So, what is the importance of symbolism to Makira?
Oh, it's everything. I mean, once I kind of opened my eyes to that stuff and like reading books on like ancient symbolism and alchemy and like history and like all this stuff, you kind of notice those patterns pop up in your life. Like, how do I use this to make music?
Mm-hmm.
And like tap into that like primal evolutionary process of like helping people through music.
The world's natural rhythm type shit.
Right. And it's not always fucking roses.
Right. So it can't always be happy, pristine music.
Sorry for that.
You have to get the full range of emotions here. I mean,
Yeah, yep.
That's why we're not a family channel, we'll say.
Well, yeah, after an F-bomb,
Yeah,
the FCC might come on me.
that's okay. I guess we made a decision. We made an executive decision.
Yeah.
So, what are the overall goals of the Makira project, in your estimation?
Well, it's like that mix of like, I want to teach people if they want to be taught. I want to learn more from other people who maybe know more than me. Like, just, you know, that kind of stuff. Like, that middle point of being the teacher, the philosopher, but still understanding that you're a student
Always.
in life.
I like that.
So I like traveling, learning, developing skills.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, in what ways could you see Makira expanding in the future? I guess in terms of like instrumentation, music, the scopes of projects themselves, anything like that. Other artistic mediums, I guess.
It feels infinite. I
Yeah.
mean, infinite potential, infinite possibilities. Like I could have one song be this, have one project be that, do an EP that sounds like raga music.
So you're not really looking to put any limits on it, per se.
Right.
You just want it to be completely open-ended, just a blank palette every time,
Yeah.
type of thing.
You never be scared of the blank palette.
No.
You look at it and then you decide what you want.
Yes.
what I-
Fundamentally, art is decision-making, right?
Right.
So that's all we have to do. We just have to make decisions that we like,
Right.
resonate with us.
Right.
So what do you think could be in the near and distant future for Makira, just wrapping up here?
Well, I do want to do like one solidified concept album that I have thought about since 2014, basically. It was like, I want to do this, like I have images in my head, I have ideas of what the music should be. It's not all written, so it's kind of like that wacky of like, when are you going to do it, bud?
Mm-hmm.
So now's the time.
So you're kicking your own ass into doing it, basically. You thought it was time, the time is now, I must do this.
Yeah. So
the people who are listening to the Evil Bubble and following the artists and the music and everything, they can look out eventually for more Makira music and a long anticipated and worked on concept album, right?
Yeah.
So that'll be fun to look forward to. And just a question that I ask every single person I interview, with a twist.
Twist.
I want to know, what's your favorite Star Wars film? But I want to know why. Because usually I'm doing these text interviews, and I don't really give people the opportunity to explain why. I want to know, what's your favorite Star Wars movie and why? This is the deepest question so far.
Okay. I think it's easy.
Alright,
I think I knew before I knew.
okay.
And I'm wearing a Baby Yoda pin.
He is wearing a Baby Yoda pin, I can confirm that. So that is a tad serendipitous for us here at Evil Bubble, which is the idea, I guess.
If I had to put my mouth on it, probably Empire Strikes Back,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe not.
It's hard to pick from those original three.
That's the one where they meet Yoda, right, for the new trains?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
It's sold. That's the middle one, yes.
It's the middle one, of course.
Yes.
Empire Strikes Back, bing, boom.
And that's mainly Yoda is the reason that you like that one?
Yeah, I fucking love Yoda, dude.
I mean, he's a great character. Like, who could not like Yoda? He's just so wise and cute,
and like
too.
the moment they meet, it's like Luke Skywalker is like an asshole. He's like, I'm looking for Yoda.
Right.
I'm looking for this master. Like, where's the master? And
Right.
like Yoda's like, ooh, I don't know.
I'm just a weird little
I'm
dude.
just a guy, yeah.
So Luke has to learn a little humility, and that's just part of his hero's journey.
Yeah, that's all the journey there. And that fucking, there's like the snow scenes on Hoth.
Yeah, the snow scenes on Hoth, you know,
Beautiful,
Han Solo
beautiful.
getting inside of the Tauntaun
Yep,
overnight.
Yep.
Anyway, on that note, that's
Wait!
pretty... What's that?
Happy International Water Day.
Hey, stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated. I
because-
brought this cup, but I could not find a faucet in time for the interview, so it's an empty cup.
So he just brought a cup full of time, as you can see.
It's a time cup, little timepiece.
Yeah,
I have 2 coins in there.
we try to keep good time here.
Let's see what we got. Heads. Tails.
Hey, look,
50-50 split, bud.
that's the
All right.
reality. All right, that's it. Thanks, kids. Tune in next time.